Hello, my art-loving friends. Do you ever feel that need for just a little bit of a change of scenery, a change of space, even within your own art studio? Well, I sure do. And in this video, I'm not only going to show you how I am changing up my studio, but how it can help you be and feel more creative in your own art studio. My current art studio is actually set up in our main living area of our home. So off to the right of what you're seeing on screen is our kitchen, and behind me is a bathroom. And you can see that I just set my art studio off into the corner of the house. It's just not used. We have a very open floor plan on this level. I intentionally wanted my art studio to be on the main level because I just like to hang out where everything is happening, even though sometimes I'm the only one home. It's just a comfort for me to be up here. I also have this window behind me and windows all along this edge over here that look out onto the driveway, so I can keep an eye on the yard, the dogs, anyone driving in, and so on. So one of the things that I'll be moving is this end cap on the desk over here. And out of the 9 bins in this, I have only gotten in 2 of them, and then a third just to look for something else that I was missing in the whole house in general since we moved here almost 3.5 years ago. So I am going to take that organizing bin thing, but I don't want to move all the stuff that's in it. Again, I already moved it from our old house to this house. It's been 3.5 years, a little bit over, and I haven't gotten into most of the stuff there, and I think it's time to let it go. However, I do like it as the end cap for this table because this table is actually just a plastic table. It has metal legs. It covers the metal, so as you walk into this new room, you're not going to be able to see those metal legs as obviously. Plus, it'll hold stuff. And I have a lot of stuff on the dressers and stuff over there that maybe I could move into those bins and make things look even more pretty and decluttered. So that's going to be one of your main advantages of moving your art studio. I would say even if you're not moving your art studio from one room of your house to a different room, go ahead and pull everything out. Just make sure you have the time to do it all in one day or at least a couple of days so it doesn't affect your family too much or yourself because you have to walk through the mess you just made. Anyway, pull everything out of your art studio, even if you're not moving into a different space, and then put it back in as if you were moving into a new home. I know, this sounds like a lot of work, but you are going to find things you just don't need anymore, and it's going to free up your physical space, which will then, in turn, free up your mental and imaginative space, and will allow you to create maybe better artwork. I don't know, more inspired artwork. You'll just feel like you want to be in your studio. It'll feel brand new. Also, what about changing up your desk orientation for a while? Try something new. I don't know if feng shui is a thing, but it's worth a try. If you're in a creative slump, this might be a really good thing for you to try out. So just like all the decluttering experts say, grab a big black trash can so even you can't see what's inside it once you've put stuff in there, a big box for donations, and let's get started moving. So I thought this process here was rather boring. Boring when I was doing it, and boring rewatching it. So I sped it up a lot, so hopefully you don't get dizzy watching it. But there's a reason I put off going through these, at least 2 of them, because they had a lot of just miscellaneous stuff in, and one especially, oh my gosh, the one was deferred decisions big time. Like it all belonged somewhere else, but I wasn't exactly sure where to put it, and I'll show it to you in a little bit more detail later on. Of course, the cats are helping. Found some old glasses that were pretty awesome. Wanted to keep them, but couldn't see through them anymore. Darn it. So out of all of this stuff, I have 4 bins that are completely empty. One that is Lego instruction books. One that is stuff that I knew I wanted to keep. A huge box of donations. This is a combination of puzzles and something I need for alcohol inks in my art. So I do have another place for puzzles, and that leaves this bin almost completely empty. And then this bin was full of all of this stuff. This is all stuff that lives somewhere else in the home. And I don't know that I want to just get up and take it there right now, but if I put it back in here, that means I'm going to have to touch it again. The stuff in here are just kind of like, I don't know, and I was getting overwhelmed, so I just left that, but I think I know where all this can go. I'm going to go put that away, make my life easier, and then I can just clean off the top of that and move it downstairs. Should be pretty easy. Sorry for the bad sound. I do have a microphone somewhere, but I didn't want to figure out how to use it today. And this is what you've been waiting for. This is the room I am moving my art studio into. So yes, I'm not just decluttering, not just going through things. I am moving my studio. Now, when my middle son finally said he was going to move out, my youngest son was going to move into this room, and I was going to move into my youngest son's room because it is on the driveway side, and so I can still keep an eye on the dogs in the driveway and all of that. And it's nice and bright over there, but found out when I took down the curtains in this room is also very bright. And it has a really cool mural already painted on the wall. I don't know who did it, but I am going to try and contact the previous owners and see if they know, because I would love to give them some credit for that. And the cats are already in there checking it out. So the stuff you're seeing in the room right now is the stuff my middle son left when he moved out, so I have to take care of that stuff. Love the mural. It's just so cool. Anyway, once we do that, clean the floors a bit, we're good to go. Yeah, this is my current youngest son's bedroom. Way messy, way too full of stuff. Was not inclined to move all of this. So we have this. This is what it looks like empty. Showed it to you before with some stuff still in it. Now that it's fully empty though, I can see some spots on the carpet. There's a couple here and 2 over there and 1 over there that needs washed. So I don't have a fisheye lens to give you a better view of this room empty, but I do have a carpet cleaner coming. A friend of mine has one. That beautiful mural. And I will just put stuff where those spots aren't, which is actually where I planned on putting things anyway, so it should work out a-okay. So here I was thinking, I had a pretty small art space. Granted, yes, it looks like there's quite a bit of stuff in there, but I could not actually believe how much stuff was in there. It was insane. And going through all of it, even just packing it out of the room, made me just shake my head at how much stuff we can accumulate. But when we're doing art, it is so much fun to try new things and to have a stock of your favorite paper and your favorite palettes and I don't know, all the fun stuff. It's art, right? We have to have a lot of stuff. Oh, there you can see the metal table legs. That's why I like to hide them. I think they're kind of ugly. But back to moving, there is a really good point in making sure that you only keep the stuff that you love and that you know you're going to use. In Dawn, the minimal mom point of view, she has this thing called the silent to-do list that she learned about, and everything in your space is telling your brain to do something. Like my old subscription boxes, I'm like, okay, I have to make a video with those, but they are also my security blanket, so when I have no other video ideas, I can always go back to those. Or if I just don't feel like doing anything serious, I can open one. So those are okay, but everything in your space is telling you to do something, or it's a stress because you know you own it and haven't been using it. This is great. So every organizing bin I own is in here, so the 2 that were under this upstairs, the dresser, and I went ahead and put those drawers back in because I just went through those on the channel in a big series. I'll try and link that in the corner for you. And this is here. I would like to put this flat against that wall, but my son still needs to come get his little love seat thing. So it's just a divider covering the cat scratches on the side of that couch arm. I did bring my marker bins down because I know I want them on that little shelf there on the stem wall. But the big thing I want to tell you, let me get you a view from a different angle, is that I kind of pulled everything out of the art room so I could bring these big storage bins down here to start with, and I will not put anything in them with the exception of that because I've already been through them. They're fully decluttered, fully organized, but anyway, I will not put anything in them until I have gone through every little thing. So when I do that, I will show you everything I've decluttered, how much I'm getting rid of, and it should be a good time. So you'll notice instead of that on the end cap of that, I put the shorter one because we're in a different kind of room and I don't need the tall one. The tall one looks weird there, and I know I can see the other metal leg there, but I will put something there, upright canvas, something, I don't know. You'll see it when it's all done, but now we go through the big job of going through every single thing I own and making sure I actually want it back in this absolutely huge room. This was on top of the dresser up here over in that corner, and this might be one thing I do not want to put back because I've had it for many years and I just find that I don't like that it covers the wall so much. So I did have these already in the art room. And I bought them recently thinking I could use them in those cubbies that I have downstairs already and put some of this stuff in, and then sadly pass this on to someone else. All right, now if you are one of those people that moved all their stuff out of their existing art studio and art room and you want to just put it right back in, this is great. You put in the most essential stuff first. Like I would put in that 8-foot long plastic table and then see how that feels. Then you will put in the next most important thing. What you will discover is that you like the feel of less stuff. And maybe something you thought you needed to put back in, you don't. And you'll free up that space and you will be more likely to create because you feel inspired by your new open space. This is what it looks like in the middle of the process. Plus, we have this. Goodness. Here's what it looks like, all staged pretty for you guys. I'll show you the reality of what it looks like when I'm actually filming. Little kitty. Over there's that bin and couch. My son's going to take that couch and I'll explain more about that in a minute. And in the closet is just the storage things I had stuffed under the table upstairs and in the corner. So all of that was under my table and all of that was under there as well. Just a few things up on top. Big paper. So if there's one thing I would buy, it would be one of those long shelves that can hold the watercolor big sheets of paper and the big blocks. I have an 18 by 24 Arches block that I would like to store flat. So I know the lighting's strange in here. Put my marker bins over there, and they didn't quite all fit. I don't want to take those out of their boxes though, because their boxes there are fine. That's the dresser that was in the corner. That was under the table. That was under the table. And there's the mural. And the kitty. And the other kitty. And this is what it looks like when I am set up for filming. So that window in the background is just causing trouble here, but not a whole lot different. It's just now we have all the cords and these out. And I am trying some different lighting setups because I feel very weird, like claustrophobic almost, with these hanging over my head. So I have a couple of lights I'm trying out to see if I can maybe get one that just reflects off the ceiling and puts out enough light for filming, because this only has that fan light in it. I also have brighter bulbs I can put in that light. We'll see. When my son comes to get his couch, I have a little table here that the orbital easel will sit on. Right now I just put it in the closet. And there should be plenty of room over here for the regular easel that I use when oil painting. And with this window right by it and the window behind me right now, I think that'll be plenty of light for oil painting. I can also bring over the lamp if I choose to switch to a lamp from over here to over there. This is everything that I was able to find that I could donate. These two curtain rods were in these two windows in this bedroom, but I've ordered cellular shades for them instead because I had a gift card to JCPenney's, so that's coming the next few days. So not too much. Apparently I've gone through my art room fairly successfully in the past. Just remembered this was up there too, so I'm also donating that. I don't want that anymore. But it's pretty awesome, so hopefully somebody will. This is all the trash that I was able to round up, and I remembered to put the dog and cat bed back in the corner, so that is something else that I had taken out for the final reveal. So yes, just a little bit of trash. There's some canvas in this pile here that just got warped by water damage, I guess. And you can see the state of my poor office chair, so I'm just using an extra kitchen chair from upstairs until I get an office chair. I want to get something kind of nice that goes up really high so I can really be high over my workspace and then down really low so that I'm not straining my neck when I'm editing. So I have high requirements for a chair. We'll see if I can find one or not. And this for now will be the backdrop of my videos. So again, even if you're not moving your studio to a completely new space, I really encourage you to move things out and only put back in what you're actually using and that you actually love. Go check out Dawn the Minimal Mom, Cass from Clutterbug, and Dana from A Slob Comes Clean. They are all very great resources on making your spaces more enjoyable to be in, more usable for you, and less clutter for someone else to deal with in case something happens to you. But the biggest thing for me is that by getting a handle on everything I own, I know everything I own, and I have a nice, clear, open space to work that feels good, it's not overcluttered, and that just makes me feel way more creative. I want to create things. I feel quite inspired, in fact. So we have some great videos coming up on this channel, so make sure if you are new, subscribe down below if you want to see lots of fun art stuff, mostly watercolor. Sometimes we get distracted by other supplies. Well guys, this was probably a little more exciting for me than it was for you, but it feels great to be here. This floor is much warmer than upstairs because this is the basement, and so the radiant heat actually has to be turned on. Upstairs, my husband just has us run the wood stove, so we don't get to use the radiant heat up there. It's very sad. So I've been actually warmer here than I've ever been upstairs right next to the wood stove. Isn't that ironic? But it is exciting for me. I'm hoping that it was inspiring for you. I think you're really gonna like the next video. So thanks for hanging out with me today. I will see you next week. Bye for now. Do you ever have the need for baby? Okay, Mama Bee, here's the kitty just for you. Got an animal in the video now, huh? This is Daisy. She's my sweetie. You're mental and imaginative. Why can't I say that word? And what you will discover, the dog wants up the stairs. And the kitties definitely like the new art room. They are basking in that sunshine. Aren't ya?